Right, I've had a night to sleep on it, and yeah, I'm still not sure how I feel. Chelsea's transfer window, bit of a roller coaster. What 1 minute we're linked with a half of Europe, and the next minute we're getting rejected more than I did in year 9. Seems to bring back some familiar emotions on that one. So look, maybe you're feeling excited, maybe you're just fed up like me, and you don't know how to feel, because 1 minute we're winning the Conference League and we've made it into Champions League football, and now we feel like the club's gone to pot again. This is what Chelsea do to you. This is what the ownerships are doing to us. We just don't know what's going on, and boy, do I hope our performances in the Club World Cup just somewhat pull us through. Because I can't take these mixed emotions anymore. This is crazy. But here, all that aside, the Club World Cup is here. It's happening. And as I said, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to do the prediction. We're going to go through each group stage, and I'm going to show you exactly who I think is going to come first, second, third, fourth. And then as it progresses, we're going to come down to a point and see who wins this thing. Shall we get right into it? First things first, though, welcome back to the Bridge Side with me, David, your host. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good time. I don't want you guys to be down and in the dumps about all this transfer nonsense. We should have Mainan. That's just a fact. We should have Gittins. It's just stupid. It is stupid. But you know what? I'm good. I'm going to have to trust our club. I'm going to trust the club. And that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you're feeling, and your opinions. Because I'm done. I'm not going on to it too much. Always every day is just going to be a video about how annoyed I am. But yeah, drop a like, drop a comment. We're going to take a nice deep breath. And now we're going to get into the video. Okay, on the screen you can see a supercomputer's predictions for the Club World Cup. You can see the whole list there. You can see everyone. You've got PSG all the way down to Auckland City, and their last 16 percentages chance is to get through quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, and winner. Now, it doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, we're in 6th. I mean, considering where we've come from, we'll take that. But yes, for granted, you've got, well, let's say 14 teams there that you'd like to say shouldn't even be a part of it, like Botafogo, no idea who they are. Olsen HD, no idea. Do you know what? I'm not going to... Fluminense, know them. LA, fair enough. Boca Juniors, yeah, Salzburg. This is mental, innit? But hey, look, 93.4% chance of last 16. We'll take it. I mean, I'm not trying to put any teasers here, but I'd like to think we'll win our group. I think there'll have to be some management questions if we don't. But yeah, so was it an 8.4% chance of winning? I think the last couple of years, I think we've already won this, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to say that a lot of other teams are taking this more seriously. Talks of the Club World Cup tax, putting on players. It's just, this is just getting weird. And this year is going to be a lot of content. It's going to be a lot of Chelsea playing football, and I know that every Chelsea fan is going to love it, but this is going to make or break a lot of our players. This is where squad depth and good management, great player management, just recovery, everything. This is where, if Reece James can survive this season, and bloody hell, we're doing something correct. Honestly, it'd be crazy if he survives this without any injuries. But touch wood. Right, let's move on to the predictions. Okay, guys, before we get in, I'm going to leave a link to this in the bio. Fill it out. Let me know who you've picked, and let's see who wins. See if you can beat me. Probably not going to be hard, but let's see what you can do. Okay, Group A. You got Palmeiras, you got Porto, you got Al Ahly, and obviously you got Inter Miami. Obviously, I've not really watched Inter Miami, despite Lionel Messi, to me, being the GOAT of all time. Al Ahly, African giants, but likely, the quality's not going to be there, is it? And Porto, solid structure, but they don't have the squad that they used to have, do they? So I think being that Palmeiras has Esteban Willian, they're winning their group. Okay, and obviously, I think it's already laid out how it's going to be. So Porto, I don't think, as much as I'd like to say Miami will beat this team, I just think, if you look at Miami now with Messi and Suarez, it's just, they're old. And I don't think they don't have the team, the depth of the squad to be able to pull off. So I'm going to have to say that is my team. Right, moving on, you've got PSG, you've got the Champions League winners. You've seen a lot of these guys perform in the French team as well. They are some seriously talented group of players. Opta has a 54.5% chance of them winning. And I want the gold crest because I will buy a bloody top with a gold crest on. Right, so let's go PSG. Who else are in this group? Let me have a look. You got Botafogo and Seattle. Botafogo are Libertadores champs with new striker Correa. Resilient, but European edge may push them out. Oh. And Seattle sounded strong home out support, but only 19.1% to advance per Opta. So yeah, I mean, they're really putting these out in like the correct order. Look, Bosch, boom. That is Group B done. Now, Group C. Who is in Group C? You got, Auckland City, I'd say, the only real weak. You got Boca Juniors. They get very exposed to fast-paced play. So they'll more than likely get absolutely demolished. But yeah, I'm going to have to say Bayern Munich. You've obviously got Benfica in there, who are looking like they're going to get João Felix again, who's been left out of the Club World Cup squad, and it's just deflating. I think that guy should be taken with us, especially if Nkunku's going. Why is that man going? Isn't he supposed to be out the door? Ridiculous. Right, Benfica, Boca Juniors, and then Auckland City, because no offense to the Americans, I love you guys, but your teams are not quite there yet. Considering you call it soccer, so it's kind of your own downfall in that one. Right, winning Group D, us. That's it. Flamengo, they are the Brazilian champions, to be fair, so we'll give them a benefit of the doubt. We'll put them next. Then you have got Esperance de Tunis, strong regionally. Where are they even from? I'm going to guess Spain or something, but bloody hell, never heard of them. Do you know what? I'm actually going to do LAFC to come third. Give you Americans. Obviously, if I offend anyone's team here, I am sorry. I don't mean to. I'm not going to lie and say that I've watched every one of these teams play football. No, not a chance. All right, let's have a look. So, in Group E, you've got Inter Milan, River Plate, Monterrey, and the Red Diamonds. If you want to know why I just stuttered, there's a reason. Go look at the name online. No idea how you say that. Right, so obviously Inter Milan will start first. River Plate, Monterrey, and then Red Diamonds. I think that will be bang on. Do you know what would be really nice if like PSG and Real Madrid were shoved into the same group? Or if Man City, Real Madrid, PSG just stuck together. I just think it can be so rigged. Unless this is how it was made, so that you get the very different levels of quality. But I just feel like for teams that are going to struggle, it's just unfair. It's like, all right, let's just go to this Club World Cup just to get knocked out in the first round. In our group stage. It's just mental. But I do like the fact that they're doing a normal group system tournament instead of this open league thing that makes absolutely no sense. It's just, what's the point? Okay. Group F, you've got Borussia Dortmund, Fluminense, Ulsan Hyundai, and Mamelodi Sundowns. No idea where they're even from. So I'm going to have to go Dortmund. Probably have to go Fluminense just because that's the only ones I know. And then between these two, this is just going to be like a stuff it. Ulsan's going to go first. Mamelodi Sundowns. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, look at that name. You in the comments, you let me know how you say that. Urawa? That's cringy. Ooh, Group G has got Man City, Juventus, Wydad AC, and Al Ain. Now, Man City are having moments of poor quality. But then in the last, they managed to bag third place again, which is frustrating. Man City, Juve. It's, do you know what? It really is just a 50-50. So I'm just going to do that. Real Madrid, Al Hilal. Obviously, do you know what? I don't even think Al Hilal are going to do well here. Do you know what? I'm doing this. That's what I'm doing. I think Al Hilal have got some good players, but there are certain players that I think should retire now. You know, being 40 years old, you need to call it a day. You may be one of the GOATs, but mate, come on, man. You need to just chill out. Right, on to the next phase. Right, I don't know how this looks. So I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. Well, that's way too far. We'll work down. Work as a team. Okay. Atletico against... Is that Palmeiras? I'm going to have to give it Atletico Madrid. Bayern Munich against Fluminense. Is it Fluminense? Fluminense. Bayern Munich. Right. Inter Milan. Don't know who you are. I'm so sorry. Let me have a look at the groups a minute. Inter Milan. That would be against Fluminense. Man City against Salzburg. Man City. Obviously, let's not be silly now. PSG will beat Porto unless a miracle happens. Hold on a minute. So, what? Wait a minute. Have I missed something? Look, let me go back to the groups. Hold on a minute. If I go next. Yeah. Oh, are you telling me that if we get through to the quarterfinals, we got to play PSG? Oh, no. Right. Dortmund. Real Madrid against Juventus. Do you know what? You got to back Real Madrid, don't you? Oh, my God. We got a terrible run in. Oh, crap. Okay, Atletico against Bayern. I'm going to go Atletico on this one. You know, hey, don't be mad at me. Just, it's my opinion. Like I said, go fill out yourself. Drop your results in the comment section and, you know, send me DMs. You do all you want. You let me know if you've beaten me. Right, Inter Milan against Man City. I think the quality of Man City will just outdo them. PSG against Chelsea. Now, I'm going to get ridiculed for this, but being a blue, you got to back a blue, right? So I'm going to have to say Chelsea. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, David, PSG just won Champions League. Yeah, well, we won the conference. All right, I'm going to be like a deluded Arsenal fan. Real Madrid against Dortmund. Real Madrid. And then we're screwed again. Atletico Madrid against Man City. Man City again, I think will win. Depending on I just don't know. I think this really does all depend on how serious teams are going to take it. You know, the same with PSG. If a lot of their mentalities are that they're not bothered about this cup, I think that can do you a lot of favours. And obviously, the American pitches, I don't know if they're up to a good scratch compared to like the European pitches. So, do you know what? I really want to say we'll beat Real Madrid. I just do. I know that's absolute waffle, but they don't have Caicedo. They won't have Delap. And obviously we don't know what is to come yet from Delap. So, I'd love to say... Do you know what? No, Chelsea winning the whole thing. Stuff it. That's my prediction. Right? Because I'm a deluded Chelsea fan and I can't see us getting knocked out. But no, if I'm being realistic, I'd say we'd get knocked out here. If PSG turn up and we don't, then we'll be knocked out on the quarterfinals. That's my prediction anyway. So I'm going to save that, but obviously I'm going to put Chelsea to win. Well, don't need to. All right, I'll fill that one out after the recording's done. So yeah, you know, there's things that we can go through. I think this will really depend on the mentality of other teams. Who's taking it seriously? Who's not taking it seriously? Will we take our opportunities when they're given to us? Are we going to be in a counter-attacking football? Is going to be the sideways boring football? Are we going to have to come out from half-time and then turn up and only play a decent 45 minutes? You know, can we play a decent 90? These new players that are coming in, Asugu and Sarr, are they going to make the difference? Is Andre Santos going to turn up like he did for Strasbourg? And is Delap going to be the striker that we've dreamed of with the number 9 shirt on? These are all things that we need to take into consideration. My hope is that other teams don't take it seriously and that we walk away with an easy win. and that Man City's team get awfully ill in the change room or something and get food poisoning, and then it's just an easy scraped win. But yeah, please drop a like in the comments. Drop a like in the comments. Just drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. It would mean the world. And I will release a video tomorrow, possibly with a prediction for the Premier League. This is pre-transfer window. I want to give an idea of what I think the teams will look like if no one made any transfers, and I'm going to give one just probably day or 2 days before the Premier League starts of my predictions for the Premier League. But yeah, apart from that, I think we're good to go. And I think, yeah, I'm happy with that. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think is going to win and when we're going to get knocked out, if we're even going to win our group. Yeah, cool. Catch you in the next one.